Hi, I thought I'd try something a little bit different today, mainly because I think I promised you in the description of my last video that I'll take a break from doing tarot stuff. I'll try to do something a little bit different. I have a bunch of like miniature tarot things I've been doing, but I'll hold off to post it. So I'm gonna try and do something semi-artsy, and I also wanted to catch you up on, well, this is probably going to not be catching you up because you're not going to have my miniature readings coming out first, where I talk about this. So, I will try to summarize. I did a reading where wow, this is going so well. Let me start over. I recently went to something called the Fandemonium, and it's kind of like a con where you can sell your art or the things you make in general, because like the place I was at, there was a table, they were selling slime, and another table, they were selling like wood that they had screen printed on these pictures. They were really pretty, and I'm thinking the most popular table was this one where this guy took Nerf guns and he painted them to look real, and they were like steampunk styled. And he and his, I assume it was his wife, maybe it was his sister, but they were both dressed up steampunk, and their whole corner of the tent was really cool, and like they had people could test out the guns and shoot them at a target, and it was just really fun. So anyway, I was very nervous to go to this con because I just had never gone to one before. So my arms look really huge in this frame. Whatever, don't look at my mess. Don't look at it. This is like my crafting room. Oh my gosh, I need to not do that. Like say random stuff I notice, because then it throws me off. I was very nervous to go to this Fandemonium. I'd never sold my art anywhere before. I mean, I've done like commissions and stuff, but I haven't gone to an event where people would come look at my stuff. And you know, the dumbest thing is I am just not quick with math, and my biggest thing was giving people their change for their money. Like, that was the thing I was most worried about, is when people would buy something and then I'd be like, oh crap, now I have to give them change if they give me more than $7 or whatever. But it actually went really well, and a lot of people did use PayPal, so that was easy. Anyway, it just went a lot better than I thought it was gonna go. I had a fantastic time, and you know, you never know how many nerds there are in your area until you throw something like this. I think it's because most of us stay in our houses. Yeah, so people were dressed up, and there was like a costume contest, and just a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, basically just summed up, I had a great time. So I did this reading that you'll see later. It was just like, how's this Fandemonium gonna go for me, because I'm really nervous and I feel like it's gonna go good, but also my brain just catastrophizes, and so it's like anything that could go wrong, like it pops in my head, and whatever. Good news, I didn't get embarrassed. Like, okay, there's only one time I got embarrassed, and that was when I saw this guy who was decked out in this suit. It looked very crisp and clean. He was very clean cut, and I wasn't sure if it was a costume or not. Like, because he actually, even the way his hair was styled, he reminded me of Lucifer from the TV show Lucifer, and I thought he had left. And at this point, my mom was there too. This is connected to the libraries. She is a librarian, and she had dressed up, and she was in a different building doing like a Jeopardy thing. Anyways, at this time, her stuff was over and she was sitting next to me. And I was like, I said something about him being really handsome, and I was like, I wonder if he's like dressed up as Lucifer or not. And do you know, like, the guy I'm talking about, he had like the suit, and she's like, yeah, he's still right there at the next table. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope he didn't hear me. Oh, I have to pause, someone's wow, I didn't even like think of what to say before I started this. Why do I always do that? Anyway, it's probably a good thing I paused it just because my phone is like iffy on like, oh, am I just gonna like cut out and run out of memory on you? I don't know. I didn't realize videos took up so much space on my phone, but whatever. So for the first time in a while at the Fandemonium, I had done some traditional sketches. Like, I've done, I don't know if you can see my paper here. Let me just actually flip somewhere else. Yeah. Like, I do outfit doodles because I've been getting back into sewing, and I've been trying to come up with my own patterns. Like, I'd base them off of something else but alter them a little bit and try to make my own. So that's been the majority of like my traditional sketches. And so I haven't done anything of like my characters on paper or anything like that, and this time while I was there I did, because there was definitely some spots where I had like downtime. So it inspired me to maybe take part in Sketchtober, Inktober, whatever. I don't know, I feel like there's some controversy going on with calling it Inktober. Like, I don't know if the guy who's in charge is his name Jake Parker? Something like that. It sounded like he got involved in some controversy, or he was stealing art for his book or something. I don't know. I looked at several articles, but I'm not sure. I feel like, sorry, I'm gonna move this a little bit. I feel like they're kind of out of date. I couldn't find an exact updated one on like what went wrong. So that's that. Oh, so Sketchtober. I'm just gonna call it that because I don't support art theft in any shape or form. Yes, so I may do that. I should have grabbed my sketchbook. There was only one time I completed Sketchtober from start to finish, and that's because at the time I was going, what was I doing? I was going somewhere each night, or each, you know what, I think this might have been back when I was going to church, like Wednesday nights, and it was so boring. Like, I was, I took my sketchbook and I did my Sketchtober stuff in it, and sometimes I would get through, and this was like a smaller notebook. Couldn't see what I was doing there. Smaller notebook. So sometimes I would even get through 2 pictures, and I'd be like, well, I'm set for 2 days for Sketchtober. So that was the only time I finished, and I think it's because I kind of had more of a routine going. And plus with me being able to draw ahead. So if there was ever a day I was too overwhelmed to draw, I'd have like a backup one. So anyway, that was the only time I finished, and I'd like to try drawing daily. Each day for a month. I'd like to get through that, but I don't know. I kind of hate taking part in it because, like I said, it's just so difficult for me to finish that. Because you reach a point where you're kind of tired of it, and you're like, I don't want to have to doodle something again today. And I really hate that you can see, like, my floor in here. Yuck. I swear I'm not dirty, but I'm definitely a clutter bug. Like, I'm a creative, so this is my creative space, so I have stuff everywhere. I keep cleaning, and, like, stuff just keeps spilling over everywhere. So, yeah, might be doing Sketchtober again, and thinking of the Fandemonium. With how well it went, it's something I'd like to take part in again. And I actually had a woman stop by my table, and she works at a different library, and she gave me her card, and she's like, we'd like to contact you and have you attend our stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that was really exciting. And I had so many people ask me for my business card, and I felt like such a, I don't know, I want to say noob, but I hate that word, so I don't know why I say it. But that's what I felt like. I felt like a noob. I was like, I don't have a business card. I don't even have a website. Like, I have Twitter and, like, my business email, and that's it. And some people didn't want my business email. I don't know why, so I just felt unprepared. But I don't know, because to have a website, that'd be a lot of upkeep. I don't know if I want that. Like, please just contact me through my business email. Let me see. Sorry, I have notes over here, and I was trying to make sure I touch on everything. This is me trying to do semi-script, so I don't go off topic, but I keep doing that anyways. And to wrap up the Fandemonium thing, I just feel like I prepared for it pretty well. Like, there's definitely stuff I'd do differently next time to improve, aka, like, the very least, have my business email and some of my socials, like, on a card so people can find me. My business card. But overall, I feel like it went well, and I had a good time, and, like, I can't tell you how nervous stuff like this makes me, but I almost didn't sign up for it, because you have to sign up to get a booth, or a table, whatever. And I don't know, it took me a few days to, like, answer the email and be like, yes, sign me up. Or for me to fill out the sheet. And I was almost a little disappointed when I got accepted. I was like, oh no, now I'm committed, I have to go. But I went, and I'm not often proud of myself, but I was very, very proud of myself that day. And just for fun, after the whole Fandemonium, my mom was like, hey, we should go to the drive-in. And I was like, that sounds, like, exhausting, but yes, let's do it. And so, we went and saw, they played 2 movies. The first one was the 10 Rings one, I can't remember the full title. And then the second one was Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. Both very good movies, I can highly recommend. So, I'm supposed to be sketching, but I have a hard time, like, thinking of what I want to draw, and then I'm sitting here talking, so didn't plan that out very well, but we shall see. Oh, and I wanted to also talk about, I mentioned it briefly, about my little reading where I was discussing some of this stuff. Oh no, I have the hiccups again! I'm not sick anymore, but now I have the hiccups like all the time, don't know why. It's kind of annoying. Anyway, I might have a new series coming out. I need kind of like filler episodes in between void talks, or these will kind of be void talks, but not like scripted ones. Sorry, I feel like I'm swallowing really audibly, and it's even bothering me, so if you can hear it, I'm sorry. I'll try to cut it out if you can hear it. These will be like they'll kind of go together. I've tried to keep a sort of order to them, but they'll be mixed in terms of, there's a few where it's kind of like a drunk-a-log, because there was one in particular where I was drinking, and I was gonna do this abyss spread. Hang on, let me pull out my deck here, because I want to show you. Oh, I'm dropping everything. Goodbye, deck. Okay. This one, this was a gift. Anyways, they have a specific spread in there, the abyss spread, and it's like a swirl. and I thought it was like 10 cards or something. Anyway, I was going to do that spread, but I don't know, for some reason I got started on a train of thought, and I abandoned the reading I was going to do, and it just turned to me talking about some of my plans for the channel and how some of my ideas have changed. And I'll bring that up a little bit here, but I don't want to be too repetitive, because whenever that comes out, I don't want it to be like, oh, she told all of this to me like twice now. But anyway, they're kind of in order, but they're different. Like, some are readings, some are me rambling, and then, or again, like the drunkalogging, like I just kind of start talking, and I talk about anything and everything. And when I say anything and everything, it's mostly related to me, because I have so many things I'm doing. It's hard to keep track of it all. And I had a specific idea of what I wanted to do for this channel. I wanted it to be, well, at first I actually wanted it to be like art tutorials, but, oh frick, what was I gonna say? But like spoken, or, yeah, spoken in a way so you wouldn't have to look at the screen, but you could still be like getting information from me. But I tried writing up a script for that, and I was like, this is so dry. Like, it's so dull and boring, and like for someone to have that on in the background, like it's not even going to be entertaining to listen to. So I might be able to finagle a way to do that, but it's going to take me some time to figure out how to make it like educational and also like interesting. Because I don't know about you, but I hate dry reads. I hate, like, I don't know, even just dry listening to things. I like stories in the middle, I like funny stuff, but I don't like too much of it where it takes away from, like, the thing I'm trying to learn, because there's a really fine line between, like, this is interesting, but you're not going off on too many tangents to the point where it's like, get back to the tutorial. Like, I don't need to hear all this crap. So, I don't know. That may or may not ever come into play. I don't know. Part of me wanted to do something with my art here, but I just don't even know what I would do. I could talk about my characters more, or I do have, again, my mythology stuff. I was thinking about doing, like, sketching up little pictures for that, so that's a way I could incorporate my art. Oh, and that's the other thing I was going to get into. Whenever, if ever I get more viewers, I'd like to know what people prefer when it comes to all of these things that I'm doing, because I do feel like it's kind of a jumbled mess right now, but I'm just letting it be because I don't really have people watching me at the moment, so I'm just gonna kind of do whatever I want, and from there I can see which videos do better than others, and go from there. And of course, I'm not really surprised. I do think I got the most views on my old stories video. I wish I had more old stories I could share with you guys, but again, it's like same formula, slightly different character design. Sorry, whoa, my hand is like taking up the whole frame. Every time I start recording and talking, I get the hiccups. Anyway, speaking of old stories, guess what I found? 2 of my old stories in their notebooks, in the flesh, their true forms. I was thinking about reading some of the snippets out of here, but I don't know if I want to, like, because this one was like, how young was I when I made this? Like, I don't know, it was like 11 to 13. I think when I did this one, I was definitely 13. This one I might have been 12. oh, I forgot. In here I wrote a poem that inspired me to write this story. I waited to see if my mom and dad liked the poem, and they did. And they asked, "Is that all? Are you gonna make more?" And I said no. But I'll write a story now to go along with my poem. I forgot about that. I have no idea where the original poem is. Oh no, I named the main character Liberty. Why did I think I did that because my younger sister was once obsessed with the Statue of Liberty. Like, it just fascinated her. And there was a point where she wanted to have a daughter and name her Liberty and her second name Belle. I think we both kind of laugh at that now. I don't think that's her plan anymore. If it is, sister, I am sorry. Oh gosh, I'm skimming to see, is there anything I want to read? I don't know. Oh no. There's, well, first thing to note, let me just show you. No paragraph breaks, minimal punctuation, and there's no quotations when people are talking, so that's cool. My mom was waiting for me out in her car. I run outside with my completely overpacked backpack and to the navy blue car. "Hi, honey," says my mom with no quotations. That's weird. We have a dark blue car now, too. Not the same one, of course, but... Huh. Oh gosh, I could do like a dramatic, horrible reading of this, but I don't know if I want to embarrass myself that badly. I just read a scene where they're in the car together driving, and "Mom," I yell, "watch out for that car!" My mom comes out of her own little world and comes back to the present. Oh my gosh. That's so funny. It might be funnier to me if I'm a kid and I'm picturing, like, I don't know. I don't know if I was picturing, like, my mom in place, like, as a reference for this, but she does sometimes kind of live in her own little headspace. Not this badly, but to think I exaggerated that much is just funny to me. I'll be honest with you, this isn't as horribly written as I thought, like, word-wise and stuff. But, like, plot-wise, I know it's bad. I'm sure this is, like, riveting content for you right now. Oh, hey, look! Zebra sticker. Completely unrelated to anything happening in the story. I used to like collecting stickers, so I think that's why I put some of them in here. Like, oh, they'll live on forever in this notebook. Oh, I just wrote "what'd-ya?" Like, well, what'd you ask? But I spelled it W-H-A-J-A. I mean, I guess I heard how she said it that way. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe if I plan ahead and I find some segments to read. But I don't know. I'm a bit nervous to share something like that. Not really nervous, just kind of like, oh, like the whole time I'm reading, I'm gonna be like recoiling. But, oh. There's some stupid names in here. I was trying to think of her name and like title names. And it's funny, I still kind of do this to this day in my notebooks. Like, I'll just write anything that kind of comes to me and mishmash things until I come up with oh, that kind of works, that's what I'll do. So, sometimes even now they're stupid, and then you have to weed out the stupid, though, to get to something good. That's how my brain operates anyway. This is a story about a teenage girl named Felina. She lives out in a city. The cities that have all those alleyways and are basically spooky. Oh my gosh. But that did not bother Felina one bit. She actually enjoyed the darkness. Oh no! No! Oh yeah, this one would physically hurt me to read. Like, I might actually start, like, get like a wound and bleed out and die. But to die would end my suffering, and so I don't think fate would allow that. Oh. I was trying to see. Did I name him Xerxes? That's all I want to know. I'm pretty sure I did. Oh my gosh. Wait, hang on. You have to look at my handwriting. I don't, if you can see it. Oof. I had to have been like laying down or something when I was writing that, because it's like not even on the lines. Oh, she would be no match for the mighty Dragon King. Ooh. Kill him, Felina. Okay, I should probably put this down because I'm me silently browsing through this. I don't think that's interesting for anyone. Just trying to see like how far I went with the story. Yeah, because she gets to a werewolf's hideout or something, and... Oh, yep, there it is. Once they were in the sky, Xerxes scowled at Felina. Why did you run away from me? Surprised there's no vomit stains in that book. Anyways, there you go. Somehow the 12-year-old one reads less cringy than my teenage one, but whatever. There you have it. I'm gonna have to cut out all that stuff where I was just silently like flipping through pages. So that's cool for me. What else did I have? Sorry, I keep making weird sounds and I don't mean to. Oh, and that's what else I was gonna say. I had so many ideas for this channel, and I always plan things. But as soon as I start doing, I realize I don't really like that plan I came up with. Like, if I were to do scripted videos for every single video I do, they would just take me way too long. And it's just... some of it's boring to me, I'm not gonna lie. If I have to script every little detail, boring. And also, like, if I'm doing a bunch of writing, I'd rather focus on writing my novel or my mini mythology series I want to read here. I still think I'll do a few semi-scripted, like I'm gonna try kind of what I did here for today. I like little topic-y things and like keyword notes, so I don't forget to talk about this, because I don't know, I always forget something unless I write it down. So that's why I feel like my style's gonna end up changing as I go here, because I'm trying to figure out what do I like recording, what do I like editing, because of course I'm gonna want to do what's most fun for me to record, but I don't want to be like lazy about it either, because I don't know, I like these freestyling videos, but I don't know if, you know, it's just not having many viewers right now. I just don't know what's going to be well received, or what people like listening to. Because sometimes I listen back and I'm like, oh, I think I'd like listening to that, but I don't really know. Part of it for me is to just have fun. Like, I want to be able to enjoy doing this. I don't want it to become some tedious task where, I gotta go write that script now, and then I gotta go record all of it, and then I have to do a crap ton of editing. Because that is the other thing. My more scripted ones, I do try to do better editing, and of course that just takes longer. It can take me like a full day, like all my hours completed, like a full day of editing to get that done. which I don't hate it, but it's definitely like, oh, I'm almost done, and oh no, you're not. You missed all that stuff. You have to go back, and then I have to readjust everything. And speaking of tedious tasks, editing and not that fun. So yeah, that was basically it. So I definitely have some things I want to do and some things I want to be scripted. Again, kind of the story things. And I'll touch on this in some of the mini things that I'm going to be posting. Like I wanted to talk about as some maybe topics, the old weird stories I read as a kid that kind of still stay in my mind as sort of these surreal experiences. And even like old cartoons I would watch, some of which I've been able to look up and find what they were, and then others, there's like no trace of it. I can't find any information on it beyond one record of the cartoon, but this record was like an ABC's thing and not a, like, obviously not the cartoon. I remember watching it on VHS. Anyway, can't find it anywhere. So that was another one. That was gonna be like a void talk. Old weird stuff I watched or read, whatever. But that would definitely have to be semi-researched and, of course, then written up. And I keep putting it off because I'm like, I don't know if I want to do all that. Like, it might be fun to listen to, but I don't know. So, I went over that, showed you my cringy books. Oh. And, yeah, that's basically it. That is all I have in terms of, oh gosh, just the notes I took. I'm gonna pause this before it quits on me. That was one more thing I could talk about to catch you guys up on. I recently went to see, for my birthday, my family took me to see Mothman, the statue. We went to West Virginia, and we got to go to the museum, which was really cool. I liked that they had like stuff from the movie, whatever that Mothman Legend, whatever movie was. They had the creepy drawings there that were from the movie, and all the newspaper clippings and some of the props. And so I just found that really fun. I liked looking at all of that stuff. But of course, the greatest moment was seeing the Mothman statue. And I watched BuzzFeed Unsolved, and the one with Shane and Ryan where they went to see Mothman and they just kept talking about his ass. And it was so funny to me. And I was like, I finally got to see it in person. And I like went to get a picture of the back of the statue, and my mom was there, and she was like, are you taking a picture of his butt? I was like, well, yeah, you have to like see it for yourself to know why. Like, it's really defined. And then we all kind of had a laugh about that. And I went to the coffee shop, the Coffee Grinder, and they had a notebook on the table, like, hey, sign this booklet to show that you were here. And I was flipping through it, and I laughed out loud when I came across this one. Somebody had sketched the Mothman ass, and like with her pointing at it, like Mothman booty, and it was super exaggerated. It was so funny. But also I have the humor of a 12-year-old, so yeah, Beth's out here still finding butts funny. Whatever. Anyway, I had a good laugh, and I had a good time in Virginia. We also went to, what was it called? Like I don't know if it was a consignment shop or like just a regular thrift shop. The Mason Jar. It was, I just have such a good time looking through old things when I thrift, and this store was huge, and I'm kind of a nerd about statuettes, and they had a bunch of those there. Um, what else? And they had like furniture, and there was even like homemade soaps, and they sold like food items there, a lot of which seemed to be homemade. And it was just really fun to sift through everything. I loved seeing the furniture, and I was like, man, one, if I had more money, and two, if I had the room to like take more stuff home. Not that I need stuff, but like lately I've definitely been like, I want to get new furniture, and I just want to switch some stuff up because I'm kind of tired of the ratty things I've had since I was like a teenager. You know, like you just reach a point where you're like, I need to change. I need new things, and not in a greedy way. Just I need an update. I'm getting tired of my surroundings. Everything is stale. Cause yeah, there were so many cool things there. I was trying to think what else specifically stood out in my mind that I liked. They had like old kitchenware, and I love like dishes. Why? I don't know. Especially again when you go thrifting and they have really unique dishware sets and dishware. I don't know if that's correct. Whatever. Dishes sets, dish sets, whatever. Oh my gosh, I shouldn't have brought that up. I can't even say it right. They just had, I don't know, they were just really cute. They were pretty. They had lots of unique stuff. And there was even a set of, I think they were goblets. And they were Avon, and they matched these that I thrifted from my local Goodwill. The candles are pretty accents for my desk. Anyway, I was really tempted to get those goblets, but I was worried they wouldn't make it on the trip home. Just because it was a long drive, and obviously I didn't want to like, we're gonna hit some bumps on the way home, and crunch, crunch, there goes my glass of goblets. No thank you. I would be very sad. And then we stopped at, oh no, I'm not gonna remember what it was. I keep thinking the Reel. That's not what it was called, and Reel, like R-E-E-L. Because even when you go inside, they have like a movie reel, this huge one that's hung from the ceiling. That one was a consignment shop, and first of all, the owners were very, very nice there, and theirs was like cluttered, not in a bad way, just like they got so much stuff in all the time that it just clearly they were running out of room for everything. And first of all, I got a pair of shoes there for $5. They were these really cute leopard heels. I've been obsessed with leopard print lately. This is me tapping into, like, how old was I? Like 10 years old. I used to love leopard print as a child, and now it's coming back. So yeah, leopard print shoes. Those were, I don't know. I thought they were going to be expensive because they were like brand new little booties. And $5. I was like, yes. And then I got my mom this set of Holly Hobby glasses, like cups glasses. There was 13 of them, and they were just really cute. And she loves Holly Hobby. It was a doll. There was a doll set I think she grew up with, like that, or she said she grew up poor and she didn't really have a lot, but I think one doll she had was a Holly Hobby doll. And so it was something that was very near and dear to her heart. And so she saw the cups and she was like, these are so pretty, I'd love these. And so we wanted to ask them how much they were, because there really wasn't a price on it. I think some of it was you just took it up and that's when they'd give it a price. But these specific glasses, the one owner was like, these Holly Hobby glasses really need to go, so I'll give you the whole set for $8. And I was like, what? So of course I got them. $8 is a steal, especially for glasses like that. I don't know how much they would be worth now, probably a decent amount, but it sounds like the cups had been there quite a long time and they really wanted to get rid of them. So that was exciting. I stopped at a different Goodwill while I was in Virginia, but the people there were really snobby. I'm like, this is a Goodwill. Get your head out of your ass. Like, you're not anywhere fancy. Sure, there's nicer clothing here, but this is a Goodwill. Chill the fuck out. So, sorry, I can't stand snobby people. I'm like, there's nothing that makes you better than anybody else. Congratulations on your money. Quit being a bitch. Anyway, so I almost didn't buy anything there just because I don't know, I don't like to support snobby businesses, but there was a dress there. It was a bit too big for me, but I thought they would make really cute pants, because it was a really long dress, and it could be like those, wow, I'm so good with words, those wide bottom pants, like they'd be tighter around the thighs, and then they kind of bell out. That's kind of, that's the pants style I like anyways. So I did buy that, because I thought I think it was like $6 to have a long dress like that. That was a pretty good deal for all that material. And I've been trying to get back into sewing because I'm like, Beth, you keep stocking up on material and clothing, and you're not using it. So you can see some of it behind me. Material mountain back there. Way too much stuff. I just get excited, and I love getting deals. And especially now, I like getting things cheap so that I can experiment, and if I lose it, or if I mess it up, it's not like a huge loss. Currently, I'm trying to make a dress out of a sheet. I'm like, this is gonna be my mess up one. Like, I'm just gonna make it, and everything that goes wrong, I'll make sure not to do the next time. I'm explaining the learning process to you, I know. I'm sure your mind has been blown. But, yeah, so, I always mess up the very first 2 pieces I try to sew together. I don't know how, it's inevitable, it always happens. I was even super careful to make sure, yep, these are the 2 pieces I put together, this is where I sew them, it's gonna be fine. It's not fine. I thought I was supposed to like sew around the whole thing and just like leave an opening, turn it right side out, right? Wrong. I was supposed to just sew like this top end, and then you flip it right side out. But I had sewn the bottom part instead of the top, and it was material to interfacing, and I don't have a lot of interfacing right now, so I was mad when I was trying to tear the stitches out and my interfacing's kind of falling apart. It's like, I don't have enough interfacing to cut out a freaking new one. So I'm still gonna try to make it work with what I already cut out. So anyway, yeah, that's my current project. And I'm sewing the dress because for Halloween, I just want to dress up as a witch and sit on my front porch to hand out candy. Last year, I'm so creative. I was a witch last year too. I actually had bought one of those plague doctor masks because in the moment I was like, yes, I'm gonna be plague doctor. But then to have to sit on my front porch with the mask on, I don't know why I bailed. I was like, nope, can't do it. Don't want people staring at me. Which is stupid. You're in a costume. People are gonna stare at you no matter what. But whatever. That's just what went through my brain. So now I have a plague doctor mask that is gathering dust. I'd like to send it to my friend one of these days. So yeah, that's that on that. I was trying to think what other sewing projects I might be working on. I don't have a lot. Again, in my free time, my hobby has been tarot. That's been like all consuming. I've been studying it. I've been doing little readings to try and get experience there. And I think there's even a few towns over, there is a psychic, in kind of in the area. I think it's like a 15-20 minute drive. Probably more like 20 minutes. But the next time I went to look for them, because I remember they're kind of up on a hill, and there's these rows of houses, and in front of one house there's a sign that says there's a psychic there. And I'm really considering going there to get a reading, just to like see how they do things. And I don't know if there's tarot readers who would give like lessons, but like if they could give me tips or something, I don't know. And I'd obviously be willing to pay for like mini classes if they offered anything like that. But I just don't know. And I went to look for them the last time I was in the area, and whenever I start looking for something, that's when I can't find it anymore. Because I could have sworn I was on the right road, and I was looking around. I got cocky and stopped pausing my phone in between to make sure I'd have memory. Anyway, looked for a psychic, can't find them. I'm gonna look again though, because I'd like to support a local psychic. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because my phone's being kind of dumb, deleting stuff off my phone, and oh, you still don't have enough room. Whatever. Frick you, Apple and Bill Gates. Your fancy phone, I should have enough space. Yeah, so that's it from me today. I don't know when I will be posting all this stuff, but the whole point of view is to be able to see me draw and you couldn't see anything. I'm sorry. Maybe it'll be different next time. Don't worry, I didn't draw anything cool. Actually, I'll just show you before I take off. Oh no, it's a half a person. That doesn't even look good. Oh well. Anyways, thanks for stopping by, and feel free to leave your thoughts if there's like, you've seen stuff from me and you're like, I'd like to see XYZ from you. Be like, okay, I'll look into that. But I know I don't have a lot of stuff to go through right now, video-wise. So, again, later down the line, maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thank you for watching. Bye.